we calculated this portion, this and this, and the all and the front, right, as well as the projected portion was that with this one. And for the sake of the concrete, it was the easiest task. In which we just covered the entire area with our concrete, and the total quantity was 17 cubic meter, and the total quantity for the formwork was 108.69. So right now we are we will go for the parapet wall. As we can see from our drawings, this is the plan of the empty plan from where we can get the idea, or we can calculate the dimensions of the parapet wall. We will go for the previous method, in which we will go for the long walls separately and the short walls separately, right? So for this moment, let's say internet connection is unstable. For this moment, we'll go for this one and this one, right? Initially, we'll go for the long wall, and then we'll go for the short wall, right? So what we will do, we have to properly name serial number 1, description for, sorry, it is parapet wall. Parapet wall, parapet long wall. We have 2 of them. How? This is one. This is one. Sorry, this one and this one, right? 2 of them. Okay. And the length. How to find the length? We already know that. DAL, enter, and we'll go from the first corner exterior and go to the other corner. Okay, zoom in and zoom out and go and find the number. Okay, so the number or the dimension or the length of this wall, the long wall, is 15,600. 15,600. 15,600. This is the length, so I have to divide that by 1000 in order to change it to meters. So 15.6, right? So I will come here, it is 15.6. That's fine. Now my next step, because we are calculating a quantity, a cubic quantity, which is cubic meter. It's a brickwork, if you remember what we did with the brickwork and the superstructure inside all the rooms and all the walls, exterior and front wall, everything. We did that by calculating the cubic meter. So I started with the length. We already got the length from the plan, right? Which we calculated right now, or we have taken right now. This is 15.6. The other side obviously will be same 15.6. So we have 2 of them. The breadth or the thickness of the wall. Now this is a parapet wall. It's not a regular wall. So the parapet wall thickness is over here, 112.50. Okay, it is smaller than the regular wall. So 112.50. 112.50 over 1000, because that's an mm, so 0.1125. So this is your thickness of the wall or the breadth of the wall. So it is 0.1125. Now from where to find the height? The thickness and the length are taken from the plan, right? But for the sake of the height, as we usually know, that in order to find the height of anything, we go for either the section or the elevation, right? So let us zoom back and see. This is our front elevation. This is the section, but the parapet wall is not mentioned here, but we can get it from the front elevation. As we can see, this is our front elevation. This is the gate. This is the window, the stairs, the mumti. And we can see over here, this is our slab, 150. The slab thickness was 150. And our parapet wall is from the top of the slab onward, right? So what is the height, or what is that dimension? It is 850 mm, right? It is 850 millimeter, right? So I will go here, 850 millimeter over 1000 gives me 0.85. Okay, I will go here. I will find, okay, my height, the height of my parapet wall is 0.85. So the total quantity, if you double click on this cell, you will see what is included in this cell is the 2 number of walls multiplied with the length of that specific wall, which is 15.6 meter, multiplied with the breadth or the thickness of that specific wall, which is 0.1125, again multiplied with the height of that wall, which is 0.85 meter. The total will come up to be this much, 2.98. So what we have done right now, we have calculated the long walls. There are two of them, having a length of 15.6, having a thickness of 11.1125, having a height of 80.85 meter, right? The total is coming to be 2.98. Now, if you go back to the drawing, and you can see from the plan that the parapet wall over here is clear. We do not have any deductions, right? No deductions. Because someone is asking how the quantity is two, because we have two of them, one in this side and one in this side. Okay, this number, the number of the walls, they are two. We have two of them, one in this side and the other one in the other side, so we have two of them. Okay, having same dimensions, having length of 15.6, having thickness of 0.1125, having height of 0.85, right? But now please focus with me about this one. This one with and this side, it is clear there is no deduction at all. But if you pay a close attention to this side, we have a multi-plan, right? This multi-plan was constructed separately, or you can say previously, so we do not need to take this quantity again. If you remember, I told you have to practice calculating the brickwork for the multi-plan, right? So if you will go for calculating the if you are including again this portion, it means you are taking it twice. So what we have to do, we have to deduct, because this one is already calculated during the multi-plan. So I will go for the DAL, which is for the dimension, linear dimension, and I will go from this point to this point and find out what is the length that I have to deduct from the other side of the wall. Wall number two, I can say this is wall number one, wall number two. That's why we said two. Number of them are two. One is full without deduction, the other one is having a deduction. So we have to take the length that we have to deduct, which is 3225. I will go for the calculator. 3225 divided by 1000 gives me 3.22 and 5. 3.2225. Deduction, empty wall, minus 1. Be careful. Minus 1, because we have to deduct 3.225. Where is that? 3.225. Fine. Breadth is again the same, 0.1125, and the height is 0.85, which is exactly same of the previous, because it's throughout same dimensions. The only difference will be over here in the length, right? Okay, I will repeat again. Serial number 1, parapet wall, parapet long walls. There are two of them. The dimension is 15.6. They are two of them, this one and this one. The length is 15.6. The thickness is 0.1125, and the height is 850. Okay. Why there is one? Why there is minus 1? Minus 1 is for deduction. Minus 1 is for deduction. This minus, see, the title is deduction. We have to deduct the multi wall. We have to deduct this portion. We cannot take it twice. This portion has already been calculated, so we have to deduct this portion from what we are doing right now. We have to deduct this portion. Okay, guys. Okay. Yes, the problem with the 3D is that it will be hanging. The problem with the 3D is that it will be hanging. We cannot like waste more time on that. But the thing is that if you will put, let's assume this is a multi-plan, right? Let's assume this is the multi-plan. Sorry. Let's assume this is a multi-plan, and you want to move this multi-plan. This is very big. Cannot use that. I will give you another example, because let's assume this is your I'll go for the sake of explaining this rectangle, right? And I will go for this. Wait a minute. I have to deduct. Okay. So let us just assume in Harry that this is your mumty. Okay. It's not accurate, but it's somehow. So once we calculate the parapet wall from for this side, it's clear there is nothing to cut. But over here, this was already constructed, so we do not need this portion. We do not need this portion. If you take the let me just hide this. If you take this tape, this is hanging. You don't need to take this portion because it's already taken. So we will take this full and deduct this small portion. Is it clear for the guy who was asking? Please show it in 3D. So your voice too much. Okay, I told you like, because we are using a lot of things like 3D, and also it's quite lagging. And sir, can you show that in 3D? Sir, your voice is too much. Afraid. So we will not go for those kind of things which will affect the internet speed. It's quite clear that this side is clear without deduction. This side is having a multi, so we have to deduct this portion. That's it. So don't make it complicated. Okay, so multiplan was -1 because we have to deduct, we have to remove, we have to minus thing. The length was 3.225. The remaining things will be same. Short wall. Okay, now we'll go for the other two walls. We'll go for the other two walls. Right now, we are here, right? So we'll go for this short wall, and you guys can see this wall is not exactly the same of the previous wall. See, this wall is different and this wall is different. So I will not group them together. I will take them one by one. I would say this is a short wall and this is as a front wall. Okay, so when I will go for the short wall, I will go for the DAL and enter. So I'm going very slow. I will start from here. I will reach at this point. What I'm doing? Oh, sorry. I have to go polyline. PL. Sorry. So PL enter because I have to draw, right, in order to take the length. PL enter this point and this point, second point, the third, fourth point, and fifth point. I'll go for enter, right? So I will just select this. I will go for LI and enter. What I got, a length. I need a length. Okay, 11,400. So I will go for my calculator. I will paste it here. Divide by 1000. 11.4. Okay, this is my length over here. I have to correct it. That's wrong. 11.4. So we'll go for 11.4, and the other dimensions is the same, 0.1125, 0.850, right? Why this one is having some issues? What happened here? We have a small issue here. We can correct that. We'll go for 1 into this, into this, into this one. Why do we have an issue here? Let us go back. I will see 11.4. Just write it. Okay. So our value changed. Let me see what is happening. So why include the open sides? No, I've not included. That's why we went for this polyline. Otherwise, so why don't we move straight? Why we consider? Yeah. Don't be confused. If you go for this, okay, DAL, sorry, yeah, DAL enter. Come on, skip, DAL enter. If we go for this, from this point is short wall, and this point you can see the length is different, but this is an open area, right? So we have to make our parapet wall from these boundaries, right? So it is totally different. So you have to go for one side, two side, three side, four, and fifth side. Okay, guys. In the real life, if you remember, if you can see in the real life and the like physical models, I will repeat. I will repeat. Let me just finish. Let me just finish. I will repeat. I know there was some voice issues. I will try to repeat it again. Okay. Uh, this is for this portion, the short wall, 11.4. Thickness is this much, and height is the same. Now for the front wall, as you guys know, the front wall is different. So let us go for the front wall. As you can see over here, I will go for the PL, okay, and enter. If you remember previously, we did the same thing. PL, enter, and now we have a curve area. It's not easy to do, so we'll go for the arc, enter, which is A, and enter. Just write A and enter, and then go for the S and enter, second point really. So S and enter. Now it's asking for the second point. Again, after that, it will ask for the end point. Okay, this is the end point of the first portion. I will go again and write S, which is second point, and enter, click enter, and I will go for finding the second point, and then go for finding the end point of that specific portion. Again, S and enter. Okay, right, and this is the end. Okay, I will click enter or escape. Right, so now this is the entire length of my front portion. I'll go for LI and enter. So what I get over here, 10.05. The length is this much. I will go for the calculator. I will paste it here. I will divide it by 1000, which will give me 10.059. So this is 10.059, right? 10.059, and the breadth or the thickness is the same, and the height is the same, right? Thickness is the same and height is the same. So our total quantity for the brickwork for parapet wall is this much, 4.73. And some of you were mentioning that we were having issues with the sound. I will repeat the last step only. This one was clear. We have two long walls of a length 15.6, and one of them is not having any kind of deduction. The other one is having a multi in that side. So we have to deduct that portion where it is already constructed. We have already calculated that. So this 3225 should be deducted. Okay, so that we will have accurate calculation. Now for the sake of this wall, again I will go for the 3D, and I will assume that I am right here. Let me assume that I am in the roof. Guys, we have 10 minutes to end this session. So kindly join back after the end of this first session in order to finish our task, okay? So let me just show you how, for example, how the parapet wall will look like in this specific area. Let me go for the extraction here. Let me first of all, let me delete this. Delete it and delete it and delete and delete. Right? Do we have? I also have to draw a line here, I guess. So is it? It's still same. Let me see if this thing is working. This is not helping. This is not helping. I will show you later. I will make sure to handle this because it's not helping us right now. But it is really very simple, that no need to make it complicated. We are taking the parapet wall, will not include the open area. We have just this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walls. That's why we went for the polyline. Now let us move forward, please, to the next item. As we are done with the parapet wall, it's very simple, small task. Only 3 items are there. Item number 1, 2, 3. Long walls, we have 2 of them, and short wall in the back side, and the front wall, which is quite curved. And we use the polyline, curved, and second point, and this and that, and one for the parameters and the length, sorry, and calculated that along with taking the other dimensions from the elevation, as for example the height. Now let us go for the internal plaster. Internal plaster is quite lengthy, but it is not that difficult at all. As for example, we're done with this portion. Now for the sake of the plaster, we will use this drawing. Okay, now let me show you. For example, let me just back. Okay, so what we do for the sake of plaster, like just painting. Okay, sorry, it's plastering. Paint is the next step. But for example, what we need in order to calculate the plaster of internal plaster, we need to calculate the sides. Side number 1, side number 2, side number 3, side number 4. So what we need exactly, we need the parameter, we need the length. This length plus this length plus this length plus this length. Like the room which you are right now, which you are inside right now, just you need the total parameter, which is the total length of 4 sides, and then you will multiply it with the height of that specific row. So we will do the same for each and every portion. So let's go back. For example, we'll start from this point again. Like every time we start from the top. So we have grid number 1 and 2 and A and C. What do we have over here? We have 2 washrooms, the toilets, and they are exactly same dimensions. So what we will do exactly, just come here. Serial number 1, description, plaster between grid 1 and 2. Okay, and what do you have? 2 portions or 2 types of these toilets. So the serial number is 2. Where are they? 1 and 2. So how to get the parameter? How to get this length? This one plus this plus this plus this, 4, right? We'll just simply go for REC, which is rectangle command, and click from one corner to the other corner, and then go for selection and LI, enter. What you get over here, the parameter, don't go for area. We don't need area at this moment. We just need the total length of 4 sides. Okay, we will multiply that with the height. So this is my parameters, 3 point. I'll go for the calculator, paste it here, divided by, this is a length. Parameter is a length, 1000. So 7.8. Okay, this is my 7.8, the length. Now the height. How to calculate the height, or from where to find the height of the plastering? Height of your room, from the top of the floor till the bottom of the slab, right? So let me go for the CAD file. I will see how can I find the height. Where is my height? All these are here. All okay. You can say from here, from the top of the floor till the bottom of the slab. Okay, so this is my required. So the height is 3150. So 3150 is an mm. 3150 is an mm. I'll divide it by 1000. Will give me 3.15. That's great. So 3.15 is our height of the plastering. So you can see this is the clear height of my room. Okay. So 3.15 meter is the height. So if you have a length into height, you got the area for the plastering. And guys, please be careful. Don't confuse yourself regarding. Sometimes we go for meter cube, sometimes we go for meter square, and sometimes we go for only for length. For the sake of meter cube, specific items are there, or specific activities like earthwork is in meter cube, brickwork is in meter cube, concrete work is in meter cube, right? For the sake of meter square, as we saw, DBC, for example, temple of course, And plastering, which we are doing right now, it is in meter square, because the thickness is a nominal thickness, it's already known. And also the equations which we will give you later on, how to convert these numbers into material to get them from the market, those equations is already there. We will share with we'll discuss those later on as well. So as well as the painting is having, you can see also it's having a thickness, but it is negligible, so we go for meter square. Or you can see it is already well known in the market that how much an area need, how much quantity of paint or plastering, right? So it is already known for everybody in the market. Okay, so we will go for meter square for the sake of plastering, and meter square for the sake of painting. Okay, the paint. And for the sake of meter, I already mentioned another item. We'll go for meter only. It's called skirting. If you have seen, if you guys can see my slide, this is skirting. It is a kind of, again, we don't need the height. We just need the total length. Let's say, for example, in my room right now, I can see the skirting is there. A nominal thickness, or I can see height, approximate height is 120 to 220. Okay. So according to your need, if you will go for 120, they already know in the market how much this much of the length will require quantity of this skirting material, whatever the material you will use, marble or whatever, right? So for the sake of skirting, we will just need a length only. You give the length, and in the market, they will tell you how much you need. The question is there, right? To calculate the quantity as well as the price is something else. We'll discuss that later on. So where we are right now, yeah. For the sake of plaster, as I mentioned, we just need two dimensions: length and height. We don't need a thickness. Thickness is a nominal. Okay. So for the first portion, which we already taken from the plan, these two washrooms, this one is exactly same this one. So the total parameters came out to be 7.8, and the height we took it from the elevation, from the section, which was 3.15, the clear height of each and every room, right? 3.15. So this is the total. Now you have to be careful to focus on what you are doing and where you are doing it. Let's see. Repeat height. Okay, I will repeat the height. I will repeat the height. For the sake of the height, for the sake of the height, you have to go to the section. As you can see, which one is giving you the clear height from the top of your floor to the bottom of your slab. It is this one. See, this is your slab, the top of your slab, and this is the bottom of your, or sorry, this is the top of your floor. As you can see, this was the grade beam, right? And this is the skirting height, and this is the lintel beam, and this is the top beam, and this is the slab, right? So this is your slab from the bottom of the slab till the top of your floor is called clear height. So it came to be Ali Hamza, yes, he just came. Okay, guys, roll number 181, Ali Hassan. Ali Hassan. Where is the CR? C section, कौन है CR noise?
Yes, sir.
अली हसन ये कौन है और कहाँ है?
हसन ये मेरे ख्याल से सीनियर है और इसका कोई खास पता नहीं मुझे इसका. फिर काइंडली इसका रोल नंबर मुझे बता दें पूरा.
हाँ, his roll number is 181, 16 session.
3 सेशन से रोल नंबर बता दें इसका.
हाँ, full number is PSC 01163181.
3181. Okay, 16 batch.
Ali Ammar is having 2 accounts. How this is? Ali. Ali Ammar. Ali Ammar. Ali Ammar, please speak up.
Yes, sir.
You have 2 accounts?
सर एक ही अकाउंट है, लैपटॉप पे और मोबाइल दोनों पे किया हुआ है.
So why is that? Do you have an issue again?
Yes, sir. वही क्लियर नहीं नजर आता है इसको.
Okay. I will go for random check. Random check.
सर.
Yes, yes.
सर वो एक स्टूडेंट है मोहम्मद उसामा 048. सर उसने ये नहीं पहले हाफ जो था वो लेक्चर लिया और अब जो है उसका नेट चला गया और उसके घर लाइट भी नहीं आ रही, तो इस वजह से वो नहीं आ रहा.
048?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will note his roll number. 048. Okay, so I think so the number is again okay. Let me see. We are 36. That's great. I'll have to run another mobile. Okay, guys, before taking your attendance and before finishing this class, again we received a notification from the management team that they were telling us today we don't have to admit anybody who is coming as a guest. Everybody should come from the slate. Everybody should come from the slate, and if someone is unable to come from the slate, it means they still have issue with their account. They have not activated their account on the slate, or they have not activated their account on Zoom. So please, 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 I'm requesting everybody, kindly fix your issue, because today I'm still accepting. Okay, this is only from my side, but for the next week, I will not go for the option of admit all or like those who are in the waiting room. I will just come to the class. Like if you are coming from this late, you will be directed to the class without my permission because you are already there in the system, right? So CR Saab, please convey this message to everybody, those who are in the class and those who are not like unable to join our class, to fix their issue as soon as possible. Okay, so let us just let us finish. Thank you all for wait a minute. Right, let us finish our last item. Where is that? Let me hide this. Sorry. This will be here. Yes. Okay. So, guys, please see my screen. We reached to this point that we came to know we have two washrooms having total length of 4 sides in the interior side of the rooms, 7.8, and the height is 3.15. Someone was asking to repeat the height. I have already done that. This is your interior dimensions: 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, and 4 side. 4 of them are there. So the total length, we went for the parameter, right? Parameter means the total length: 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go for the height. This is what we need. We took the length 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we went for the height of this washroom. From this point till this point, it was 3.15. This is not an accurate height, but I'm just showing you why we're taking it. So from this point till this point. Okay. So sorry. The height was taken from here. It was very clear, 3.15 from the top of the floor till the bottom of the slab. So I'm sure it is. Now after this task, what we did exactly, we have to be careful because this is plastering. We are plastering all sides, this side and this side and this side and this side. But we have some deductions. We cannot we can say plaster the walls and ventilators and doors. We have to detect these things. So let me just remove this. We have to detect D4 how many times? 1, 2, right? And we have V1, right? So this will be your deductions. D4 2 times and V1 only 1 time. Okay, then the other thing is that how to get the dimensions of these things. D4 is a door type which is given in this table. I can come here. D4 is having 750 mm by 2100 mm, which means 0.75 and 2.1. So let me go for my Excel sheet. D4 minus 2, it is a deduction right now. We are deducting this much of an area because this is a cut. We cannot do the plastering all the 4 walls, right? Some openings are there, some windows, doors. We have to detect those things. So we have 2 of D4. Where is the D4? 2 of D4s, because right now we're calculating this washroom and this washroom. So D4 here, D4 is so 2 of them. And what is the dimension of these 2 doors? D4 0.75 and 2.1. कहाँ से आई 4.75 and 2.1? This is D4. This is 750 mm means 7.5, and this is 2100 means 2.1 meter. Clear? The other one is V1, which is the ventilator. It's only 1 minus 1. Now, what is its dimension? Okay, go back to the CAD. Where is the V1? This is V1. Its dimension is 600 by 600, which means 0.6 by 0.6. So this the dimension of the ventilator is 0.6 by 0.6. Okay, here is 0.6 by 0.6. Total is 0.36. I will stop in this item. I will stop here, and I will go for the attendance because we are running out of time right now. And also I will go for the random check of availability of the students. I like, by the way, I should not announce this because I have to go for that randomly, but no issues. Issue, okay, right. Now, you guys have 5 minutes to write your names in your chat box. It is open privately for the host only. So write your full name as the official name and the roll number as well. You can start from now. Everybody, please write your name and roll number. And one thing more, once you are done, kindly go for the yes and click it. Go for the yes and click yes. Once you are done, go for the yes and click yes. I need to see the yes. I need to see the number of yeses is equal to, let me stop the sharing, no issues. No need for the thumbs up. Don't show me your thumbs up. Just go for the yes, because for using yes, I can see the numbers. I need 37 yeses. You guys are 37 in my class right now. And by the way, our class